I, the way I set it up, I guess there's an extra step where I now have to tell it to go live. I could see it on my end, but oops. Oh well. Confusing. Oh well. We figured it out in the end. Alright. Keep moving around our circle of paints. We're gonna lock it off a lot more than it has been. I found I was not utilizing the space effectively. Oh no. My poor baby girl. She's so sad. But she's so beautiful, so like, what are you gonna do? Nothing you can do. Alright. I think from this point, jump over to our little bit of raw sienna. Which, I just said, I think the green is my favorite, but raw sienna. Ooh, what a color. There we go. Now we've got this, our transparent earth yellow. Gives a cool effect. I've mainly used it in terms of mixing. That's one to try out on its own. Definitely stepping up a tone here. Moving to our yellow ochre. I mean, Goya's paintings, I certainly am limiting my palette, but once I branch out into other paintings, I feel like I'm gonna have to treat myself to some crazy colors. Not that I can't learn to mix all the colors I need. I got all the color I need. Oh. Ben's fading fast. Made the wrong choice. I had two to choose from. Go to the other. There we go. Okay. Gonna slide across here. Set ourselves up with our reds. First, cadmium red deep. Super great. Hey, buddy boy. Where'd you go? You nowhere? He's nowhere. He's yelling at me from somewhere. Now our primary color, magenta. We'll unlock the full potential of the color wheel. Not that phased. Now just to find somewhere for our cerulean blue. I can come down. As I'm going to be changing up. No longer will I be mixing the colors right at the paint bulb, but I'll be taking and removing. Nice big bulb of titanium white. Uh-oh. Oof. All right. Well, we've got our lovely paint offering. Who knows? Who knows these things? Not I. All right. I think we're finally rolling. We have our paint. It's set up, ready, and so now let's bring in our gal. Start talking about how to improve our lives. I think any further hang-ups I have with the skin are entirely my problem. And we could just leave that. Like, moving on to the armor. Trying to do a better, cleaner, fresher job of that. I think would be fairly easy for us to accomplish. I think what I'd start with is a try to get a nice wash, nice purple wash consistency on our board. I think that that moves us in the direction that we want, and we could hone up and sort of shape up some of these spots that look all blown out. Sort of establish some darks, re-establish some darks. Then we can start coming in with the light. That sword's all blown out. Can't be having that. Okay. All right. Get into painting. Right. So, in order to make a really vibrant purple, we're going to take some of our nice blue here. And then some of our true magenta. We'll just start hammering that out. pitches so magenta so quick, but there's a purple in there. Try to lighten that up a little bit, and then we'll see what it might need. Grab some of our titanium white. Just put that on the edge so we can, yeah, see, it goes quite lavender. Let's see, maybe just a bit of that Prussian blue in there. The blue, but it's not so hot. A cool, there we go. That's like a real royal purple. And we lighten that up. Yeah, goes to a real lily lavender. There we go. We've got pink already established. So I'm hoping by setting in some of these cooler tones, just able to spice it up. I feel like if I just keep going the magenta purple, it'll just turn into a pink. Just be wearing a pink top. It doesn't strike me as the kind of thing some sort of changed elder god would do. Pink top? You can have pink in it, but right. Come in with our trusty white spirits. Beautiful. Just don't drink them. I don't even know if what I'm using is white spirits on this one. But just a rundown, because I'm sure. No. I'm missing a paintbrush. Missing in action. There he is. Hiding. We've got our bad batch of paintbrushes. Everybody's got their role. And I think for this role, I'm going to use the medium applique brush. What we want to do is we want to pull out some of this purple and really thin it down. We just get a super runny consistency. Okay. Now this is affectionately a very shadow color. Give a whole kind of color shift. Oops. Ten seconds in. 10 seconds in, I say. Almost an hour into recording. And we make our first oopsie. Alright. Nobody's gonna see. Nobody's gonna know. Get a little white spirit on that bad boy. The paint just lifts right off. I'm not opposed to having it in the shadows. When it sort of runs into the back crevices there, works fine by me. I think we pull a little out though. Just start hitting. Lightly hit all of that. Adding a bit more of that purple. And toning down the magentas some. These guys are too uppity. Later this just, you know, sort of skip the magenta forward sections. Everything's just a little too pink. A little too pink for me. Just establish some of those shadows real easily. Playing with fire around that skin. Even though I spent far too long on it, I still look at it and think, maybe I should fix that up. Maybe I should. And then I think, no. Leave it. Move on with your life. For God's sake. Some of the little too much alcohol bled out of our wash mixture there. think already this purple is working its magic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Playing with danger. Painting like I ain't got a care in the world. Letting that purple bleed a little too much for my liking. Need to keep it in check. Paint the spots that nobody will see. The back of the arm, between the wing. Be a tough one to check up. But every time, if I didn't... Every time I picked it up, I would see that. Add a bit more of this color in. All the shadows. I like this stage because I can finally, for probably the single day, I'll be able to use some of the techniques, some of the cheats from acrylic painting. Oh, let me just reach in and smudge that away really quick. Most of the time with the oils, it does not work like that. It's not a hard process to erase with the oils. That's half the point. But it does. Okay, I'm gonna come in with a tiny bit of this Mars black. Make an even. Pull a little bit more. And that bad boy out. Looks like I made a lot, but it's really not that much. It'll go quick, but here's a deep purple wash. Just hit the darkest of shadows. Just auto blend that in. Well, we'll come through and auto blend that in. Just to really push the light and dark. Let capillary action do its work. Holy crap. You know what I spy? Tough in this light, but right there. Wish I hadn't seen it. We can fix that. Ooh. All right. Dream might be a little dark, but maybe not. We'll see. If you guys find it a little dark, let me know. Just keep working around our model here. I mean, oil paints. What a joy. These guys blend in quite well, and now we're moving on to, my favorite part. Our handy dandy magic blending brush. We just take this, we run it along any seam of the paint that we wanted. We want to tidy up how bright this sword is. Just give it a few dabs. Move the paint where we want it. Not there. Want that purple effect, but don't want it to be everything on this side. Just to give some of that depth. Give a bit of the depth of field. We'll probably come in and do a highlight on that anyway. Well, I know we are. We're doing it on the rest, so pull a bit of that paint off those highlights, those pre-highlights we already had. Yeah. A little too much of that purple on this, I think. Just clean it up a touch. A bit more of the luster back to the armor there. We can come in with our blender and just shine that up a little. I think There we go. See how that does. I think being in focus was a challenge for that one. There we go. I'm gonna go in intermission. Quick little. There we go. We're back. For better or for worse. That caramel corn is off the charts. All right. Easy breezy. All right. Where are we at here? I think what we want to do is now that we've toned down all the magentas, bring a little of them back in. Still quite a deep magenta. Some would say proto purple. I don't know who. Certainly not me. I would never. We'll be fairly intentional. With this placement. Create some fun gradients in the purple. Grab a bit of that straight magenta, bit of that dark purple. Just move that ever so slightly. That blue is so powerful in this. I need to remember. Blue pigments. They're pretty kick-ass. They certainly not waiting. Here we go. We're back in that magenta life. I was just having a hard time any of those little filigrees. As the time. Fix any weird transitions, like her collar. Pick out these raised ridges. Really need to be. This is the consistency I should be aiming for. A lot more. You know, the washes are one thing. I'm going for a specific thing, but in general, this is proving much more controllable. Work ourselves back and forth. I'm gonna do a good job. Try to live up to what we got in our brain. I am glad we punched it up with that deeper purple. The purple to the pink like brings out a bit more of what we're looking for. Or it was a little too one-dimensional. Yeah, we're getting some tonalities. Already used, even though this is more of a base color, and start using it like it's a highlight on our way to the ultimate highs. just in the transition zones of purple to this magenta. I need to leave. Leave in some of the dark around those, covered in these little curlicues. I don't necessarily want to wash those out entirely. Get some vibrant tones back in her coloring without getting too desaturated. Which I find is easier to do with the oil paints. Can always tone down whatever we want to later on. Get all the awkward spots. Over on this shade, this is probably as bright as we're gonna go, and just use it sparingly, just to break up some of that flat area, flat coloring. Too purple. We don't want a lot. Even that. Alright, we're gonna come through on a couple of these spots with the magic blender. And that's going to tidy everything up for us. Oh boy. I'm looking at it. One of the joys of living with cats. Cat hair mixed in with the oils. Alright. We've got to do a little bit of cleaning. Anyway. Whew. Let's see if the old dabber will work. Whew. Oh, great. More targeted. Back and forth to clean up our mistake. Get it wet, get it dry. Certainly noticeable to me still. But I think if I worry too much about it, we're gonna start busting into the lower levels of skin tone, and that can be a challenge. That is a challenge all in itself. It seems like we might have to come back and redo that hand a little. Do a color match and a hand. It's a solid commitment, but whew. But the armor's picking up. Steadily moving towards something that I like. Dang. Those popcorns be crazy. Bar. We'll brush a little clean here. We're gonna take it up. Just a bit more of that purple. Purple highlight than a pink. Well, just to tone it out of the red spectrum a little. Maybe we won't jump straight to our lightest, but we'll come up here into this mauve, I want to say. Be bold. Be brash. Looking pretty good. First couple strokes in and I don't hate it. That's always the first hurdle. Just smaller and smaller chunks. Easy. Even if anything's a little heavy, a little hot, we're gonna come in with that magic blender anyway. Tone everything down a touch. Just trying to put light in the right areas. Tip out our paintbrush a little more to do. Whew. My depth perception was just gone on that one. directional smudging and we get it. Whew. And just like that, we're moving on. Doesn't always correlate. That the more paint I put on, the better the model looks. But I think on this one, we're making it. Gold is going to be fun on this model. We'll get to that soon enough. Friggin' dying over here. Establish some of our shapes. I got washed out in the purple. That one. Make sure to establish some of our highs right on this end, even if it doesn't wrap around much. Just to add some visual interest, no matter where you look. Now, we're going to take it up even more. Almost all the way up to our white. Just hinged ever so slightly. This I'm going to use fairly sparingly. that has... I got it enough for my taste. This probably isn't our final highlight. Because once we come in with that blender, we'll lose a lot of that ultra high. We'll just have to reestablish that. Gotta make everything work. Know where our light's coming from, so. Oh, yeah. Bean Boo. Finally, I've been waiting for them all stream. Where would I be without my loyal fan making alt accounts and promoting Stream Boo? Nowhere, that's where. Can't do it. Can't do it without him. Okay. I think for right now, that's pretty good with our blending brush. Pretty good with our applique brush. Now we're just gonna try to dot, dot, and smear. Just to feather out all those highlights. Especially any jarring ones. Get our transitions a bit nicer. The more I paint this armor, the more it reminds me of a crab for some reason, and I sort of wish I had done a crab aesthetic. Real rich red shell. But then again, then it wouldn't allow me to work with this fun purple. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Be a rough transition, just mash at it. Mash at it till it goes away. An easy mantra. Easy mantra to follow. It'll be an interesting challenge because oil paints like to blend so well on the model. When I go to make really dramatic features, it'll be interesting to see the kind of different processes that I'll have to do in order to, control this blending aspect. We may not come in with the magic blender. We might just leave it for the gods. Well, 2 hours in, making progress on the armor. After the armor, I think it'll be horns and leg blending. Punch those purples up, punch those blues up. And then maybe we'll do gold trim and the white eyeballs tonight. Maybe we can start working towards that. No idea how the gold is gonna look, gold and purple. Sounds good in my mind, but we'll see. But I'm going on yet another intermission. I think it's fine. Alright. Here we go. Back at it. I think enough is never enough. We washed out a bit too much purple. And before we cruise in with our ultra highlights, start thinking about maybe being done this, we just come in and bring in some of those purples. Reintroduce some of that shadow color. For some visual pop. Differentiate things. I think we want to thin it down. Even bring a bit of that black in. Wash. Is working. Make ourselves satisfied. As we are the final critique. Now I know there's some guys out there who are painting their rocks better than I can possibly paint a model. But that doesn't mean we don't carry on from where we're at. What we can do. Gotta start somewhere on the hobby journey. And where we're starting is here. These wings make it hard to capture the light. I think we're getting there. Getting there. But I think we actually, I was thinking about it, maybe not a gold, silver. Now that would be interesting, especially with oil paints, I have no idea how to get silver. So that'll be interesting. New hobby lesson to learn. See that purple just shining through. Hinting things for our eye. Makes the color swing more dynamic. Do a real Rembrandt impression. I mean, eventually. And would I love to do a Rembrandt? First oil painting I did, a self-portrait of Rembrandt. And I loved his expression. One of his later self-portraits. He's old and he's got a beard. At my mom's house. So. I'll get it when she's dead. Just come in with more of that ultra high. Pick our surfaces. This one, unless we make a mistake somewhere. It's gonna remain. Take like that, like there. See if we can feather it out with color. A bit better. I think I'd approach a silver. I did the steel. A little bit of blue. Up to white. Oh. Don't you love that? Go to grab something and you have no idea if you succeeded or not. Team's gone. Team's gone. Anywhere we feel too much or too bold, come in with foliage down. Dab and pull. Dab and pull. Pretty good. We don't want to do it too much on this pass. This is our final crisp highlight. But when you make a mistake, like that. Weird bifurcated section there. Not 4. That's looking pretty good. And I do actually like that horn there. Being an outgrowth of the armor. The other horns maybe having a different look. Adds a bit more juxtaposition. I'll go really light or really dark on the back side of this, the way we sort of separate that out. Here we go. I think we're doing pretty good here. Nice. All right. I think for the meantime, just like the skin, I'm calling it. Just testing things out. We'll see how oh yeah. Just wanted to make sure I could hear the vocals correct as we throw our model around. That right there is why we're doing the wings last. Oh. I say I'm calling it and then go back and touch up more stuff, but that can't be stopped. There we go. I think for the time being, I'm happy with the armor. It's a big step. But, oh, now. Let's make up our horn. Add a bit more blue in that purple. I want that extra chunky purple. Seriously tone it down. Miss some of that Mars black. There we go. Hey, look who it is. How's it going? Yeah, how was having a Nerf war?
Game I got.
Whoa!
Tried to cheat against me.
Whoa!
Not having it. One girl. Oh no. I don't zombie. Didn't have
Sure.
have a gun. Well, I'm playing. Okay. And I remembered later.
Yeah.
I didn't have a zombie. And might have been a way to tell.
I mean, yeah. That's some tricky play in there. Whoa, free Nerf vest? That got like spots for extra bullets? Nice. Thanks. I feel like I've finished the armor for now. So the skin and the armor, I think, is where it's gonna be at. Right now I'm getting ready to do the horns. So that'll be fun. Almost, if not nobody. One's Antitrista, and one has been there the whole time. I don't know if somebody turned me on and fell asleep, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, YouTube. Generally, I get some views on YouTube, and tonight it is absolutely none. And I don't know. YouTube's been funny, and like it's one of my settings is making it like freak out about not having the correct settings. So I don't know what. Sometimes like YouTube just won't prioritize your stream or push it out to people if it has a problem. So I think, as much as I thought yesterday I fixed all the problems, I realized today I did not. So tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna have to do more and more looking into this. You gonna do some hobbying or are you going to bed?
I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Nice. Well, thanks for stopping by and seeing me. I'm happy you had a fun time at your Nerf war.
Yeah, one every.
Whoa!
The last one, I got tagged at the end. me, my friend. They're like the older kids that are kind of running it. And we're all in a room with the door. 5. The door was it had to open the and then right at me I go.
Oh, that's ruthless, buddy.
Okay, ready come.
So you could. Somebody get it. Somebody get it right. My goodness. I mean, that's super cool and worth the price of admission. Exactly. That's what you want. Well, thank you, buddy. It's these oils. If you ever want to try, you know, maybe oil painting a miniature, it's a different ball game completely, but it's a lot of fun. There you go. Anytime you want it. All right, buddy. Have a good sleep. What a guy. Out there winning Nerf wars for us. Being the hero. Quite dark. We'll see about that. Just bringing in a bit of blue tone. And we'll go from a dark blue tone to a magenta purple. Dark purple. Maybe highlighted in like true magenta or something. But for right now, as a base, I'm liking this. Is almost a, I'd say almost a navy blue. And so because it's sort of a navy blue, not quite the purple that I was going to go for on these. I'm applying more the shade of it because we're gonna do a dark purple anyway. Ugh. We'll sort of put a light split in. Might be in a contrast between the purple and the blue. Pull it back to 20. Already adding a bit of life into those horns. Some of that magenta. I think that's close to what we real royal purple. Even push that a bit more. Bit more in the magenta vein. Almost. I'm gonna try this using our cadmium red bead. I don't think so. I think if we mix it a little more, put a little bit more of our purple into that. Starting to get where we want it. I'm gonna lay it on thick, and we'll bash in with our blender. Blend between that base purple, blue, and this red. This model, covered in hairs. All right. Our favorite, our magic, our blending brush. Give it a nice good clean. Some of that light purple out of there. And we can just come in, start feathering this. I just clean it in between every couple wipes. Oil has a lot of excess residue. When I say that, excess residue, it's got a lot of excess paint. More of a removing process than it is an adding process a lot of the time. Come in, just tickle it. One color, gradually pushing into the other. All with that lovely dark purple under it. We set as the base. I'm so happy with that. I think kind of pushing this in 3 colors. Adds quite a bit. I think on that one big horn we're lacking a bit of red. I want to be red right up to the top. Blend it out. Blend it out. Here we go. Turn that a bit. Starting to look like something. Starting to look like something we could be proud of. Certainly not there yet, but oof, always a long road. As long as we're making progress. I like that sort of juxtaposing horns on her shoulders. Pretty nice. All right. I have to look in. But for right now, we're gonna go on a slight intermission. We're back. Back living the good life. Oh no. Look at those forest birds out of here. Get our tunes back on. Back with Our Lady. I think that magenta hue going rather nicely on those horns. Horns. Whew. I feel like it's only when I think about my lisp do I really have a lisp. Forget how to breathe. Forgot how to breathe. I think we're gonna do a little bit of white work. Just cause now seems like the time, or a fine time. It's, still got purple in that brush. Too much. And then I go and ruin it just like that. Oil paints are doing a number on the brushes, I'll tell you what. We'll see if I can gain any traction at all. If somebody can instruct me on how to better care for an oil brush. I've watched the videos. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be working out for me. That's okay. Every time I imagine a great artist, their paintbrushes are fucked up. Oof. Getting late. Making mistakes. All right. That was a rather short loop. Go. Get the tunes back going on. It was off camera, but I certainly just smeared all my paint all over my armrest, but isn't that the joy? When I say armrest, I just have a little piece of foam here, but I jammed it in real good. That's why we have that, because last time I covered my hand. All right, we got our girl. I think the horns need is a bit of definition in the shadows, and then start crisping up some of those raised ridges, bringing those up further towards that magenta color. Gotta get our purple magenta happening. That's this here that we're working with. Come in, just lighten it up a little. Let's see where that gets us. It might sort of wash it out a little bit, which we want to try to avoid, but good thing about these oils is sort of keep pushing it around until you find the color that you like. See, this is, I think, the kind of base color I like, but it gets to this chalky color almost. I'm not totally for. I think bringing in a bit of this bit of royal purple from earlier, these blue tones. Clean our brush, and then we'll see what we can do to find like a happy medium between the two. And we're gonna go for the definition in the shadows with this. You know, it's certainly a few shades lighter than our shadow, so we got to be careful with it, but put this on the bleeding edge where it meets the red. Tough to tell on the camera, tough to tell in person if that's a good color. Sometimes you just gotta trust. One of those lines is a bit too freaky for my taste. Bit too big, so just grab our handy dandy magic blending brush. Don't know if you can see, but that one right there, too much. We'll pull that back in. Do our best at removing. I don't mind that color in the shadows though. As a shadow highlight. Already got that great purple color from the base. Just sort of shifting towards the more blue end of the spectrum when we come into those heavier shadow parts. Just trying to pick out her raised areas, and anytime you make a mistake, easy to fix. Couple dabs, couple swipes, all of a sudden it's like you meant to do it. Incredible. No one will know. It'll just be our secret. But I'll never tell. You got a confidant in me. Couldn't hear that cough. This condenser mic is doing its work. Going up a bit, grab a bit more of that pink color, just to, way too much of that pink color. Boom, isn't that a shock? What do we want to? Boom. Couple swipes with the blender. Pulling up. That's to direct any excess towards the top. Ends the bleeding. Blends it in nice. We'll just continue. Pick out those ridges in our shadow. I mean, almost an edge highlight. We can obviously be a bit more lax. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fix all those shapes out for us. Starting to get there. Don't want to go too crazy. So maybe like a quarter of the horns is done. Purple transition into magenta. Deep navy purple into this sort of lilac color. Now we just want tips of the horns. I say that like I'm done with this lilac color. Yeah, there's nothing but horns. Just a small dab will do us in each case, as we don't have to push these highlights to the shadow up very much at all. Incredibly awkward place. Dark for you, dark for me. One of those spots you just gotta trust. All right. Work a little more with this magenta, shall we? Think we can finish the horns tonight? Maybe. It seems optimistic. But we did finish the armor. I say that, and inside myself I cringe. Did we finish the armor? Is it good enough? Well, we're taking this magenta and we're pushing it even further to the red. And we'll see what happens with this bad boy. Gotta try, learn to keep stuff in frame. Seems like a no-brainer, but surprised how much trouble I've... Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised. We're starting to get this. I say after 20 hours of painting. I should freaking hope so. Oil paints are supposed to be faster. Maybe they're faster in some people's hands. I think maybe if I'm trying to do less too. The first test model seemed to go quite easy. I completed him in more or less time than normal. Oof. Go. Starting to look pretty good. Pretty good for me, at least. Some of the guys out there, my goodness. Even though I may not ever join them, that illustrious league, they can at least inspire me. Try to be a better painter. Like that color shift happens on camera and it happens in the light. The magenta to navy blue tilt may not be, just like everything, may not be totally done with the horns. We might come back, we might do more. Certainly could. Push in any number of directions. Give you something to look at as I clean this brush. I think the last thing for the night is going to be hitting these gems here. Haven't decided if they're eyeballs or if they're gems. The shoulders will be eyeballs. We'll see about that. Don't know about this one too. These very clearly eyeballs. So she's got at least 4 eyeballs, which is good because she's missing all of them on her head. All right. So for this, just straight titanium white. I think to get a crisp white, we're gonna have to go with a fresh brush. As I clean that brush enough. figure it would eventually run out of color inside it, but then you grab a bit of white to mix around and all of a sudden it tells you. Nope. That's alright. Got our pick of the litter for brushes. Now it'll probably be a while before we get to these eyes. But having a base down is never a bad thing. There we go. Better than the other times we've tried to do it. White's one of those colors. Tough to get it solid. Normally want to start with it. Get it down as flat and as solid as you can, and then leave it. You get that very deepest crevice with a wash eventually, just to pin out that white line that bled through. Definitely not the cleanest white yet. Might need a couple coats for that. That's why it's good to start now. Now just the little gems. Could do them just as silver dollops, you know. We could do sort of traditional cell shaded. All right. No. Thought I could do a thing there. But it proved no. All right. I think that's pretty good. We did have some unfortunate bleed over up in that gem there. There we go. And some fortunate bleed over here. Doing a bit of tidying up. We can do sort of another thick coat on these shoulder pads. Not that it's gonna dry by our working time tomorrow. It might be at a spot where we can hit it with a clean blending brush and lose some of our strokes. If only I had this patience in other aspects of my life. Well, there we go. I think that's going to be us for the night. I think we've made good progress. I think kind of the concepts of laying down a foundation, doing back and forth, highlights, blend it, shadows, blend it, trying to add color in where we can while keeping a cohesive piece. I think we're moving ahead with that. Maybe next stream it's the legs and this inner cowl piece. And then we start moving on to bigger and better projects, you know. And it starts really coming together. And eventually onto those glorious wings. So if you've watched this and if you enjoy it, thank you so much. And